What's up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here again. Got another incomprehensive overview. Me telling you about this knife a little bit. Thank you guys. Really appreciate everybody that watches all my videos. Hit the like button if you like the content. Subscribe if you want more of it. Really appreciate you, mystery subscriber that sent this in. Can't say the name. Didn't want me to say the name. Didn't want to be mentioned. Really appreciate that. And also thank you to Legion Steel Knives, who this is a Legion Steel knife. Thank you very much for being very personable, very interactive with the community. Go check them out, legionsteelknives.com, and it's actually shop.legionsteel or shoplegionsteel.company.site. It is the site that I have pulled up right now. Legion Steel Knives, the production knives are, it's actually Marshall Noble, formerly. You guys may know him. Him and Marissa, I think it is. I'm probably messing that up. But, yeah, let me know, Legion, down in the comment. Marshall, sorry if I did mess that up. But they are out between California and Mississippi, out of the U.S., designing some pretty cool knives. He is going to be out of Hattiesburg, I believe, right? Yeah, you guys are moving going towards whatever, Hattiesburg. Really cool. Gonna be doing some one-off, some in-house stuff. A lot of cool stuff coming down the pipe this year from what I hear from him. So go check them out. So without further ado, this is the Legion Steel Knives Asgeir, Asgeir. I'm probably gonna say that wrong 100 times. Asgeir. Pretty cool name. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is actually, I knew I was going to forget this and mess it up. I thought it was really cool, too, the name. Exceptional folder, Asgeir embodies the epitome, style, strength, precision. This knife exudes a sense of power and heritage. Man, I think it means Spear of God, maybe, or something to that effect. Had a really cool intro and a well put together introduction plan. But anyway, you guys knew I was going to mess that up, so let's go ahead and get into the specs here. The overall length from the tip of the blade, pretty cool looking blade actually, to the end of the handle. You're looking at 7 7/8, almost what I would say is a full size knife right there at it. Close enough in my book anyway, especially the way it feels. Overall blade length, measuring laterally 3 and 5, right at 3 5/8 if you include the choil right where it meets up to the handle at. Cutting edge, you're looking right at 3 3/8 on that cutting edge there. Go ahead and get the calipers out here. Blade stock thickness check. Thickest part of the spine. 125 thousandths on that behind the edge. Let's see what she is behind the edge. 19 is what I got there. 16 there. Yeah, pretty, goes down to pretty thin behind the edge actually. And right under half an inch, 492 thousandths on the handle thickness. Alright, let's go ahead and do some of the usual suspects. There is the Ontario Knives Rat Model 1 and the Ontario Knives Rat Model 2. Alright. Put the Rat Brothers back in their little holder right here. And you got the Demco, Cold Steel Knives 8010 and the Demco Knives 8020.5. This is the slicer variant. Right, so kind of in between, more so towards the 8020.5, I guess, right there. And 8020.5 doesn't have quite as much doesn't have quite as much cutting edge as the Asgeir. All right, last of the usual suspects, that is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and the Spyderco Para 3. So right in between those, really, almost overall almost the same length, pretty close to overall same length as a Paramilitary 2 with some more cutting edge. Here is, let's see, do a couple more Spydercos. You got the Spidey Chef up next to it, another knife with a kind of an oddball blade shape that works pretty well. And this is the sway back. So Martin Sleece there going to hang out with the Noble there, right? All right. I thought it was a pretty cool reference. So that's just me. Okay, let's see a couple more here. Got the North Arm Sky High and the High Water Knives Estuary. All right. Let's see. Let's do two more. You got the Midgard's Messer Beowulf and the Three Rivers Manufacturing Neutron 2. All right. So that be the size comparisons. Let's go ahead and we're gonna wait on this bad boy here. Get the scale out. Alright, now I'm going to guess, probably going to be wrong, as per usual. I'm going to guess right around 4.3, 4.5 ounces maybe. It doesn't feel exceptionally heavy at all. Oh wow, even lighter than I thought, 3.8. Look at that. Yeah, 3.8 ounces. Alright, awesome. A little over an ounce and inch ratio, but not really. I mean, I don't think that's, I don't really subscribe to that kind of rule, you know. I mean, it's not going to weigh my pants down. It's not 3.8 ounces isn't going to do me in. Not a deep carry on the pocket clip, but a really nice milled titanium pocket clip. Really cool looking. I really dig that. I like the way that looks for sure. And actually, yeah, maybe not. I don't think it's, no, it's not lefty. But yeah, really cool looking pocket clip there nonetheless. Let me go ahead and get out my tools. This is a T8. All right, so that's the I thought it was a T8, maybe not. All right, so you got T8 on the pivot. All right, it might have a barrel spacer, or not a barrel spacer. Might have a D-shaped pivot barrel in there, but T8 on the pivot, and I'm guessing T6. T6 on the body screws. Wish those were T8. That'd be an improvement. That'd be awesome. Not a big deal if you use plenty of pressure and you know, some pretty good quality tools. But T6s do tend to strip out a little more. Really cool the way that hardware looks. I like that anodization on there. That's pretty neat. So that's pretty much it, right? As far as the specs, overview, all that. My opinion on it. Let's get into the review. First of all, the action on it, man, that works just great. Really love that flipper tab there. Can't quite I keep wanting to reverse flick this thing, man, but can't really reverse flick it. It is pretty tucked away, right? Whenever you look at it, just not really much blade sticking up and out, not really that broad. But as far as being a single deployment knife, man, this thing hits pretty hard. I think they did an excellent job on it as far as being a single deployment method knife. That flipper tab is not extraordinarily pokey. It doesn't stick out a whole lot like a Hinder or a Curtis, you know, or something like that. Not really obtrusive, I don't think. I think it's pretty well tucked away. That's also very comfortable with that jimping all the way around. That helps out quite a bit. And really smooth action, man. Right there. Clear the detent right there. Alright, so no double clutch. And kind of a shake shut. And I'm sure you could tune that to be whatever, if you want it a little tighter, a little looser, I'm sure you could kind of tune it to your liking maybe. But I'm perfectly fine with it. I think it works great. No blade play on it. Perfectly centered. Pretty nice there. The blade steel on this one, I'm going to go ahead and shout out some specs here. You got the 20 CV on the blade steel, and they're calling this a modified sheep's foot, which I would agree with that. Grade 5 titanium on the handle, the inlays, shred carbon fiber, stainless steel with blue coating on the hardware, cage ceramic bearings on the pivot, frame lock, captured stainless pin, the lanyard attachments. That's just reading off of their website the general specs on it. All right, so that gives you a pretty good idea of the general specs on it, right? 20 CV, nothing wrong with that. Perfectly acceptable, perfectly fine. Blade steel for the price point, which is let's see, 335 is 335 is what they're going for. They do have some in stock right now. I actually have a couple different versions. This one's called the Solve, as in silver. And they have a couple other variants available. The Svarter, S-V-A-R-T-R, Svarter. I'm probably butchering that. Sorry, Marshall. Which is black. So, a couple different variants of this knife available. But yeah, this thing ergonomically is awesome. I have done a little bit of just paper cutting mainly. Let me actually get out. Let's see. I think it's still, pretty sure it's still got the factory edge on it. That's what it looks like to me. But correct me in the comments if not. But yeah, definitely slicey. Definitely works. Pretty smooth cutter, man. I like that. That blade shape, it's different. It's different than a lot of stuff that you see for sure. I think Rob might actually skip this thing. I'm not sure about that. 100%. I'm sure if Rob got his hands on it, he probably did skip it. But yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with those bearings. I think it's got pretty good action on it. Choke back, perfectly locked in right there with your finger here, choked up. Now that flipper almost disappears into that handle. It'd be really cool if it all the way disappeared, but I get it. You can't do that, right? Because then you wouldn't have a flipper at all. But nice how they got the jimping there also pointed down in the open position. So you can pretty comfortably, or I can anyway, I've got large size hands. Or I wear a large size glove, average hands, you know, I can kind of trigger pull it and get all the way up on it really comfortably. Not really any hot spots or anything there, and I'm pretty locked in. Now, choke back is actually seemingly where it's at with this one. It's really comfortable choke back. You got a nice sharpening choil there, not too much billboarding here on the blade. There is serial number, that's number 92 of 100. Very faint on that, and the Legion Steel logo there, model right there, and there is that's their, I guess, Maker's Mart, right? Is that Marshall? Is that your Maker's Mart? That's really cool looking, man. Let's get a close-up of that. That's nice. That's really cool looking. CPM 20 CV. Be cool if they didn't have the model number on there, but Kansept is OEM, and I kind of feel like they, you know, that was kind of like their kind of call on that, maybe, I don't know, but really would be, if you could eliminate a little bit of that, would be cool. But I actually think, and this is one of the few, that this is a little bit cooler with that logo on there and the Legion Steel logo. I think that's just, you know, that's badass looking, to be honest. Nice pivot collar, carbon fiber, shred carbon fiber on that pivot collar and the inlays. Again, solid lockup on it, locks up pretty good there. And let's see, internally you got a little bit of milling going on in there, so that's good. Really nice back spacer. I think it's a cool touch how they kind of taper that down, you know, kind of just not really that big of a deal, but to me it's like, you know, it's a little thing. I think that's pretty neat. I like how they do that. A lot of nice little kind of hidden touches on this knife. The indentations there, tapering down on the back spacer, the anodization on the screws and everything, to the pocket clip where it kind of swoops down, you know, and the way that it looks. I think that's pretty cool. Look at that. Look at that little lanyard pin right there. That's pretty neat too, how they did that. All right, so a lot of cool little touches on this one. I would recommend it. I think it's a pretty solid knife. So yeah, I think that's it, man. Again, Legion Steel gonna be linked down below in the description of the video. You guys want to check them out? They're all over the live streams. They're there all the time, and very much appreciated. Very interactive with the community. That goes so far. You know, it really does. It's really cool. You know, and they are very receptive to feedback and answer all my crazy questions. Again, they are, I think, might have said it earlier, they're OEM by Kansept, and I think they did a hell of a job on it, man. Really solid knife. So yeah, go check them out if you're interested. They are available right now on the Legion Steel Knives website, and definitely more to come from these guys. Definitely keep an eye on them. They're going to do some pretty cool stuff, I think. So that being said, hit the like button if you like my content. Subscribe right down there if you want more of it. Want to listen to me ramble more? I really do appreciate all my viewers, channel members, subscribers, Patreons, everyone that watches this and participates and helps me out and supports me so very much. Thank you guys, and thank you, mystery subscriber, for sending this one along. I really appreciate that, and I'll see you guys on the next one.